All right, hello, good evening. This is Banners of North America, episode 10, a nice round number. We have the honor of hosting JOM, Jomsborg Vikings, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, with their clan leader Warboss and Tank Arc Texas. As usual, I have my co-host Warbandman with me, and we have some questions ready for you. Hopefully you enjoy. And yeah, let's get into it. Firstly, I would like to ask you both, starting with Warboss, how familiar are you with Bannerlord in general and the Mountain Blade series as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing since 2020, Bannerlord, mostly single player up to like 2023. So, with 2023, I started kind of skirming more and getting more involved in like the overall community. So, up until that point, I've been kind of active. I would say I've been in Warband in 2018. I used to play in a PK clan called Danelaw. So I've had experience all the way back from Warband, Bannerlord, and up to now. Obviously, our clan kind of started in 2023, so that's kind of when I got more active in actually the growing community and overall clan leaders.
So you have a huge long-term connection to the game series, and you'd say like Bannerlord specifically in that community. You're kind of about 2 or 3 years, sort of.
Yeah, I would say this is kind of the most I've been active in the Mountain Blade community. Although, like back in Warband, I usually just played in like clans and jumped around a little bit. But this is the most I've been like kind of active in the growing community or overall community.
Very good, very good. Mr. Tank, what about you? How familiar? How long you been here?
For Bannerlord specifically or Warband? So,
Yeah, Warband as well. Yes.
yeah, I started out on Xbox Warband, so I was playing on that for the longest time that I can remember. I didn't get on the PC scene till probably like half a year after it came out. Then I finally got my PC and hopped on, and then yeah, I was just playing fucking captains, and Orkboss scooped me up, and that's how I got involved in the YOMs.
Just
But
straight from the trenches.
You guys, do you play Captain as a clan, or was that just a one-off thing?
uh,
Yeah.
back a lot
I
more
would
back.
say we used to play more back in the day, like early in 2023. We played like kind of dabble with it because I think a lot of the first like recruits I had were all from like captain mode, so I did kind of get into that element before like PE came out. But originally our clan was supposed to be like kind of like a PE oriented clan. Most of us were all PK players back in the day, or PW players. But we played a little captain, so we played with Tall a little bit. That's how kind of we got involved with them a little bit more.
Yeah, Taw is
That's
famous
cool.
for their love for Captain. Um, so I'll ask you this then as well, or unless you had more to say, Mr. Texas.
I could dabble a little bit more into because I'm gonna guess that a lot of people really don't know too much about the Xbox Warband stuff that happened in there compared to the PC, especially since like I don't know. I feel like Xbox Warband was the poor man's Warband because like there's no mods in there. It was a lot more bland. So, but yeah, Xbox Warband was kind of chill. Uh, I hopped around in a couple of different clans. There's a couple of Xbox players on there now, but it was a bit toxic, but overall it was pretty good. But
Are the Xbox players separated from the PC players into their own like servers and such?
for Warband, yeah, there was just like no connection between the two, unless like you had a PC and you just hopped over on your PC. But yeah, there's no connection.
Oh, that reminds me of the single player and the multiplayer communities here are completely separated.
Yeah,
All right. Well,
yeah.
this is actually a question that I haven't asked before, but I want to trial run it this time. Where did y'all get your usernames? I've maybe asked a couple of people before offhanded, but I think there's a story, a significance to the ways that we get our labels and what we call ourselves. Because I mean, we don't get labeled by other people here. We get to choose the name that we present to the world. So how did we land on Warboss and Tank Arc Texas?
Well, it should be pretty easy to figure out for me. I mean, I was just a Warhammer fan back in the day, and that's when I started playing Warband. So I kind of just used that name, Orc War Boss, and I kind of just stuck with it, and that's how people kind of grew to know me. So I kind of kept it over the years. I changed it a couple of times, but once I went back to Bannerlord, like in 2023, I think I changed it back to Orc War Boss because that's how my old crew in the Danelaw knew me, and how kind of people in the community overall just kind of knew my name. So kind of switched it back, but overall, it came from the love of Warhammer 40k, if you know about it.
I am aware. I have many friends and some family members actually who are very into it.
Yeah, great game.
Oh, pretty good.
What about you, Mr. Texas? How did you get that name?
Yeah, no, I got mine from when the 360 first came out. It was originally just Tank Texas, and then I added Arc in there. But yeah, Tank is just for my love of tanks. I was really big into War Thunder and what's that other damn tank game? World of Tanks.
World of
But and then
Tanks.
Arcs from Arc Survival Evolved when it first came out, and then just Texas. It's just a love of all three. It's pretty simple, but
You know, I think we have something in common there. This is probably not a story I'll elaborate on until further, but I also got my username from a tank game, so maybe that'll
hell
be
yeah.
a good reveal in later days. Okay, so Mr. Warbandman, would you like to take the next section?
Yeah, sure. So, when was JOM formed?
So I guess I kind of mentioned before, but yeah, John was kind of made in I think it was November 2023. It's kind of when we formed up because we kind of got hints and heard about rumors about the PE mod being made. So we kind of got our little crew back together, the old Danelaw boys from Warband, and basically it's like 10 or 15 of us kind of grouped back up and kind of formed JOM. I was obviously kind of placed as leader. At first I didn't want to be, and no one else wanted to, so I was kind of like thrown into the position. But obviously I'm still here. But that's kind of how we were formed and the reason.
That's good. So
Reformed from the Danelaw crew?
Yeah, we were a big Danelaw clan, or yeah, it was like a medium clan back in PK. It was always a persistent clan that played PK, and it played I think Persistent Frontiers, but I wasn't there for that. So they kind of were out there
Frontiers. That's
quite
not
a
one
bit.
I've heard of.
Yeah, it was like Native American mod or something like that.
Maybe that's something that modders in the future will want to try out again, perhaps. That is quite interesting. You formed JOM off of the implication that you'd be a clan in PE. You said?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Persistent Empires. Yeah.
So my question off of that is, would you say like a majority, maybe back then when you were formed, or still, the majority of your community, either active players or not, is like old veterans from PW, or is it like maybe 50-50?
I would say in the beginning it was mostly like most of the old guard, but now we've kind of brought in some new faces and kind of brought new people that have kind of stuck around and now play games with us all the time and other games even more than Bannerlord. So we kind of grew the community. Now it's kind of a mix. It kind of like I would say around 50-50. It just depends on the day who's active or not.
That's good. I always find that the ones where there are a lot of people that stick around, even if they don't play the game, it's very good for community engagement and all of the like morale aspects of like team building and stuff like that. So it's a wonderful thing to have, like especially all of that knowledge of history from years ago that they can carry over and still give to us today. As a I guess you would say a history scholar, I have to lament all the time about all of the history that could have been had, but we don't have anymore. It's a shame. But off of the tangent. Next question, Mr. Warband.
So, what goals is your clan trying to achieve? If you have any specific goals, or if you're just sort of drifting and playing?
I would say, being honest, like I don't think we really ever had like any major goals other than like competing in tourneys, getting involved, and trying to become more competitive, and just overall just play the game and have fun with it. I mean, that's always just been our goal, just to play together, have fun. Obviously, we've gotten more involved with skirms and I guess PE in general. We've gotten more involved and got bigger, so guess our goals were just to compete more with other groups and just kind of have a good time along the way. That's about it.
Very good.
That's pretty nice. I
Um,
mean, what more can a clan go for? That's basically as long as everyone in the clan is enjoying themselves and getting better at the game. That's perfect.
That's all you need.
That's true. I mean, as long as it's Bannerlord related, it doesn't matter if it's or I guess like what mode it is. But I was gonna ask, since you mentioned the kind of initial intent of JOM to get involved with persistent servers, is persistence always going to be something that JOM kind of appreciates and takes part in, or would you say that there's kind of more of a pull towards these like line battle events or community tournaments or like native things that are popping up more often?
Yeah, I think it's kind of pop back and forth. Like, there was some. I think our community kind of was tired of PE or PB once in a while, so we kind of take like a hiatus and come back. But that's when we get more involved with line battles or skirms and other kind of like modes, or other games in general, and we kind of come back. I don't think and PE when PE was like popular at the time, again like hundreds of people, we were constantly grinding that out, going at it. But as that kind of filtered down, we kind of switch back and forth between kind of modes of which we play, just kind of whatever people are feeling at the time.
So it's not like a solid orientation toward a specific game mode. It's like just whatever y'all like is what y'all do, and then you have fun with it.
Yeah, it's kind of on the fly and what we feel at the time. Obviously, I prefer to play PE and PB or whatever system mod at the time. I just love the mod since Warband. But obviously, our members kind of go back and forth, and usually they need time to take some time off, basically, because sometimes the PE grind and PP grind can be too long. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll ask you then. I guess tangentially toward Bannerlord. I know we play Bannerlord a lot, but you mentioned that you play other games with your clan. I know almost every clan that I've had on here says that their players play other games as well, with the rare exception of a few. What other games do y'all personally enjoy? Like you, Warboss, and you, Texas. Like, what games would you play forever if you had like a basement and infinite time?
Oh, I would say for the Yoms it'd be Total War. Like
Total War.
I would think a big lovers of the Total War genre. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we have a big following Total War. A lot of the guys, not necessarily me, but a lot of the other guys have a big following on Assault Squad too. It's a lot of strategy games. So I think the guys really love strategy games. Hearts of Iron, Crusader, 5, Crusader Kings.
Crusader Kings,
3. I got him in my brain.
Civ 5
and Civ 5. Nah, no.
I know. I love Civ 5. That's one of my top 5.
Yeah, it was I was a Civ 4 player back in the day, but I haven't gotten to any of the new ones. But in general, I would say just largely a lot of RTS and sometimes a lot of like party games, I guess. So we kind of jump by weekly to different games. Sometimes a new game just pops up the next week. We jump to that, go back and forth.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of times where a new game will pop up, and instead of going to events, you'll see a whole bunch of people streaming that game or in a VC separate from the people doing something else. It's good to see, because like we are true gamers in that sense. We actually like the craft of putting together these stories and enjoying them in different ways. So yeah, that's pretty good that y'all appreciate other games than just Bannerlord. It keeps you when you play Bannerlord, it's a little bit more fresh. Okay. Were there any other notes on that before we move on? As far as like other games or anything?
No, that's about it.
All right. Okay. So next, I guess we will have Warbandman ask you about the community.
All right. So, what do you think the North American Bannerlord community as a whole would benefit most from?
Not sure. I mean, I guess because it's kind of difficult. I would just say, I guess, more communication with each other. I mean, kind of hard to say what would be the best for it. I would think they need just better like servers and more like line battles, things that kind of stay and stick around more. They're more persistent. Like a lot of the problems with like the community itself right now is a lot of things kind of pop in and out, and then the population kind of deflates a lot. So I would think what really needs in the community is kind of like more native stuff, like just something that normal people can play more. Because the problem is right now we have like great communication between the clan leaders, and it doesn't seem to help a lot. So it's kind of it's been the most communication we've had since like Warband, I would think. Between like clan leaders, we just need like a good stable servers to help keep the community growing, and just overall just less fighting in between groups, because there's been plenty of that.
Yeah, and when you get so many people on, like from multiple clans, and the server crashes, it's just like it's very discouraging for people, I think.
Yeah, especially like those who are new,
So
because
I know what
in every
you're
battle you
saying.
have the people who are like, this is their first battle. You don't want them to get that impression of like the game as a whole or the server as a whole is like a place where you just stand around.
Oh yeah, PB and P servers have like died like instantly when they start crashing like first day. Like first impressions matter to a lot of people. Like you can kind of tell it's gonna be rough if it's like day one, or even new line battle events, stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Overall, I think though the community just needs more engagement from like native players. So I wish like back in the day in Warband we had like more community servers that were native, that had like unique maps and unique modes. We just don't have that nowadays, so you don't see that. Some of that's definitely due to Tail Worlds, but also no one's really taking the effort to kind of add in those unique servers for just native players.
Yeah, that's true. I know Tell Worlds more increasingly is hosting like events from what I hear. I think there's one today that you mentioned or someone else mentioned. And there was one only a couple of weeks ago. So hopefully they are taking a little bit more attention on, multiplayer and doing more things on their native servers. Maybe we can even get, the native skirmishes and captains back up. Anyway, Mr. Tank. What would be your answer? And I'll repeat the question for you. What do you think the NA community Bannerlord as a whole would benefit from the most?
I don't know. There's a couple of different things, but I would just go back to. I mean, it could just really be anything. I would just go back to the original, like how I got involved, like captain stuff, or really the thing that really got me going is the massive line battles in the beginning. Those I love. I love really a lot. The massive like 200 to 300 man NA line battles that were originally a thing, and then it's gotten so dwindled down to 20 to 50 to 60. There's been a couple of 100 to 150s, but those I miss a lot, and getting those back would be great, especially what CC's been doing. But
I have noticed that there's I don't know, honestly, like, I mean, this is an open platform. We're supposed to be honest here, so I won't quote my words. There's honestly kind of a reluctance for CC people, from what I understand, to get involved with like the other multiplayer stuff, because it's kind of behind the cloak of, not the cloak, but you kind of have to be a part of a team, which is what a lot of people have expressed hatred for. Is like you can't really do these events without a team, in a fun way. And CC is somewhere like kind of like Call of Duty, basically. You can just hop in and do whatever, but not do whatever, but kind of play that game. And there is something like that, and I think it would be great if we had a lot more of it. But I think there is something that I hear a lot more now from modders and mappers, that there just isn't enough like developers. Do you know of like any developers? Are there any developers in JOM who might be interested in starting up something like that, or maybe assisting with like code or mapping or something like that?
I thought there was, or maybe you might know, but I could have sworn that we had one or two way back then, if I remember right. Maybe that was a different clan, couple of people that played with us.
Yeah, if we did anyone that was interested, I think they're long gone by now. I don't think anyone like really as active in our community does map making or is interested, as far as I'm aware. I think a lot of like map makers I hear either come from like CC, NATO, TAW to some people. I've got maps from personally and used in our events and other big events. So those are the mappers I kind of know of the majorly. So
But I agree with you, Tank. My favorite things, as I always say, are the line battles. So, and Orc said, I don't know if you heard his answer, but he and let me know if this is a good summary. He basically said like the communication wasn't a big issue, but like effective communication maybe, and less infighting and more server stability. Is that kind of your big points, Orc?
yeah, that's pretty much. Also,
Uh,
just more like native servers that are more unique for like native players. I think would have been beneficial, or could still be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The commonality between y'all's, I guess, is the I don't know, like the lower barrier to entering games. I know that the UI of Bannerlord itself is not the easiest to work around. So if there was some ways to let people get into these kinds of things, these line battles, these big multiplayer things without as much restriction, I guess that's the next step we need to find, or a barrier we need to remove. But we can move on. Oh, sorry. Did you want to say something?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, to me, it's kind of a sad thing that, like, at one point we had a massive, I would say, a relatively a good sized community, and we had the potential to have really great things in Bannerlord, and we did, and then they kind of just dwindled down. And I don't know. I saw the potential of it. There's so much good stuff that could have happened, and is still maybe yet to come. But
Hopefully yet to come.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So
Well,
I wanted to, before the last question on this list, and not the last question of the whole interview, but just this list. Before that, I wanted to quickly return to a previous point about kind of communicating with other clans and interacting and playing games together. I happened to be talking with JOM, which is half of JAW, the famous coalition of TAW and JOM that everyone loves and knows. Well, maybe knows more than loves, but everyone knows at least. I wanted to get y'all's I guess side of like how that whole thing started, and the conditions of that, like how, to what degree are y'all like unified as communities outside of the games you play, and like what else do you do besides just playing games that makes you like such a unified, like loving uh cohabitable, I don't know if that's the right word, community? Tell me about it.
I guess we could just start with like how we started. I mean, we kind of met them on PE after, I guess, a month of playing. We kind of started bunking with them after we kind of were done merging for a bit. There was you were gonna like we did meet them in EU too when the PE was a EU server. We did meet them on there and raid their base.
I mean, I
can break
that. I can break that down if you want.
I don't think it's that big. But we met them kind of through PE, and we kind of started talking more. And as we kind of worked together at PE, we kind of just kind of grew more in touch with each other. We didn't start like skirming. I think we kind of helped Tall kind of start up with skirms. They were Captain Clan before PE, and as they got more involved, they kind of just started getting more involved in the overall community, got into skirms, which we kind of helped them. And we skirmed against them constantly. Like, it was on a weekly basis. And eventually, they kind of got along with a lot of their members. We had kind of like similar mindsets, and our community's kind of just been working together ever since. Early 2024. We've had like some beef between each other. It's definitely not. It's not always so friendly, but we kind of usually work it out. But there's definitely some rivalries and beef, especially going on right now, and we're going to determine today. So
Well, I guess
we can
that's
look
the important
at
part,
that later.
right? Because everybody's gonna have beef, but if you can, if you are in a place where like nobody actually hates you, and you're gonna get that solved quickly, then that's very mentally reassuring.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys say that you first met on Captain, or
No,
You just
I mean our players and I would have met them like saw top players playing captain. I may have interacted with them a little bit, but we never really got in touch, into really PE. That's where I really started talking with FM when we started kind of working for them and eventually bunking with them. And then I got involved talking with Smokey. We kind of just always been kind of playing PE together. We played PE together for quite a bit, and then we would separate for a while. And then as one group kind of like took a break, their members would go help to jump with the other and bunk with the other. And then eventually we kind of like I've made it official, like it's kind of a coalition for PB. But we kind of always just been kind of playing together softly.
You mentioned that you were having a rivalry currently. Are you about to play them in the tournament?
We're about to play them. We're gonna show them who's the fucking best. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
And that's in like an hour, right?
That's correct.
Oh, good luck with that.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, good luck. Yeah.
But
we'll have to have Taw on the show again afterwards to get a after. I don't know what that is. An after game coverage. Like what's that thing they do with the sports and they interview them when they come out of the cage?
Oh yeah,
out of the cage.
Yeah, that. Or like boxing or like any sport. I don't know. Like you have interviewers talking to the sports stars after they win or lose a game.
Yeah,
I don't know what that's called.
I know what you're talking about, but yeah, I don't know exactly. I remember what it's exactly called.
Okay, so so as far as draw, you mentioned it started based off of just basically like constant exposure, goodwill, the fact that you're playing these similar games, I guess in similar ways. I assume you have a mutual respect for each other's skill levels, or was there more of a different thing that brought y'all to each other's attention outside of just being
it was just at first, I would say this, like it wasn't really based on skill or anything. I think we had a little edge in the beginning for a while because we had like a lot of old veterans from Warband. So that's why we kind of took off in skirms pretty easily compared to other groups. But our overall interaction was just kind of similar mindsets. We were all pretty much playing the game, pretty chill dudes, just wanting to kind of play the game and then learn from each other. That's pretty much it. We kind of like that similar mindset of just playing and enjoying the game that we kind of love.
Just the desire to play the game kind of on a larger scale then, just with more people.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Because I would say this, like JOM starting up and like kind of midway through PE was kind of a smaller group always. And that's kind of how we liked it.
Yeah.
Kind of a smaller force of like mercs, and we go play each other. And as we kind of grew in touch with Taw, we kind of grew into a bigger group as our guys kind of like playing together, playing other games together. So that's when we kind of started forming as a bigger faction. And then as the Gold Rush hopped in, that's when kind of both clans kind of boomed, and that's when we separated again. And eventually we got back together after kind of that boom died down. And now obviously it's more official. We made a kind of like a PB kind of coalition, just so we can fight with other clans, bigger clans, such as Gondor, VK when they're on, and some other groups.
That's pretty good. And do you all ever like separate, like if perhaps another iteration of Persistent came out where you could have multiple castles? Would y'all ever like split up again, or have one being like I don't know, playing a different role, or would you just say it's more just like whatever happens happens?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it's kind of like on the go and what members want to do, but most of the time I've seen in the past is most want to play together. Like we had a vote recently, even to see if we wanted to disband the faction, which started some controversy between the groups. Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Well, quick question, and you don't have to answer. You can skip if you'd like. But was this vote initiated by like someone in the leadership or someone not in the leadership?
Yeah, it was a paid party by Gondor leadership.
Party. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. maybe we will we'll change the topic then.
No, it pretty much started as like a joke.
Okay.
It was like a late night call, and we threw the poll up there, and we just kind of wanted to see what people felt, and most of our guys wanted to stay together. So eventually, that was the vote concluded, and we kind of kept the faction.
Oh, awesome. Well, that's I don't know. That's a good sign. If you get a sudden vote and then everyone's like, "Nah, we like it here."
Yeah. No, I'm happy. If that's what you guys want, that's what we'll continue to do.
That's good.
In the future, maybe as you have said before, if we might split off again, like it depends. If they want in the future to split off, or if we have another boom ever, and both parties are pretty sizable, and there's enough room in the map. Who knows? We may talk about that and try it again. Who knows?
Yeah, it's incredible because you had the incentive. That's the biggest thing that we talk about whenever we talk about coalitions and combinations of clans. It's like why are they doing it? But like you said, there are clans that are a lot more numerous than y'all, especially even combined. So there's no harm in doing that. And
Oh yeah,
I think
yes.
My goodness.
Yeah, and I would also say there's then there's I would say Tao and Yam are the clan when it comes to coalitions and PB that we've been playing together for so long, and then also like whenever PE's not a thing or Bannerlord's not really doing much, we'll just play other games with each other and just it's been I would say overall there's been so much chillness together and playing for so long that it's like I don't know, just been playing for so long that just go hand in hand
Hey, you're
sometimes.
just used to it.
Most of the times.
That's how it should be, I
Yeah, man.
think. Well, I don't know if there's anything else on that topic that I had pressing. Maybe if there's any audience questions on that topic. Mr. Warband, did you have anything else?
Well, I think I'll move on to the next question.
All
So, what's your advice to new players, regular players, and other clan leaders, if you have any?
We'll
I
start
guess
with
for new players, I
for
would
new players.
say new players. I would just say try to get involved in the community, either through line battles, maybe try to forming your own group. If you have a bunch of buddies, try to start with that because that's kind of how JOM was made. Just from my old group of friends. You don't need much to start a group. Just try to get involved. Find community members. Get into line battles, events in general. I would say just try to get more involved overall. I think that's just the best for the community. Or join a clan if you feel like you are ready for that. Or just see if you can merc. Obviously, a lot of clans will just take mercs to get you involved in line battles, and you can just get more overall involvement in the community.
All right, and what about for just like
we'll have to answer
regular
that one as well for the
competitive
new players.
players?
I mean, for regular players, I would just say I think they just should already know kind of what the community is like and what they want. So I mean, just try to keep getting involved. I would say just the best thing. If you want to be in clan or don't, just like new people, just keep playing and get involved. Maybe come up with new ideas. If you see new potential ideas, bring them up. It doesn't have to be the same clan leaders like making the same choices. If you have an idea or event idea, I'm sure people will get involved and try to help you.
Get involved, stay involved, make ideas if you can. All right.
And what about for the clan leaders?
I don't know. I've been talking with these guys for so long. I don't think anything's going to change with them. To be honest.
Maybe in general, like if you notice any patterns or if your community has any particular mindsets about clan leaders that you think maybe this is the direction we should go in instead.
I would just say, like, probably the usual I've heard. I mean, this is pretty much what needs to be done. Is just keep cool heads. Don't let rivalries come out of the game, and just try to help the other clans and get involved, and maybe skirmish other clans. Keep activity. I think that's an issue I've always found is trying to get clans into like doing friendly like competitions, either skirms or line battles. A lot of them are too nervous or don't feel their players are good enough. But I try to the best of my ability to try to make it balanced as possible. I just think just playing more of Bannerlord, it's better overall. It's more fun to do when it's a little more rivalry involved, friendly rivalry.
Yeah.
But I would say I would promote clan and just do that more instead of just relying on all of these events. Get involved and interact with each other more outside.
Yeah, I would also say that for some clan leaders, it's nice for someone just need to go outside, smell the air, do a little bit of stretches, try to get rid of that, get rid of that ego a little bit, and I mean that would work wonders. Let me tell you.
I'm not inclined to disagree with that. So since you Tank just answered the part C, then we'll go backwards from you. And then what is your advice, Tank, to the average player?
Getting to PB or just vanilla in general?
Just in general, the average Bannerlord player in NA multiplayer.
Um, I mean, it's really just like whatever that particular person wants to do. I mean, if they want to just do captains all day, just go do captains all day. It really just it's situational on what that person wants to do. If they want to get involved in like the clan things and try to play a lot more stuff that's not available to them, don't be afraid to just put your hand into it and try to ask questions. Always ask questions because if you don't, you're never going to get the information. You just got to put yourself out there and get something. So
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I know a lot of people out there who would do a lot better if they simply had information, but no one tells them. Um,
yeah,
so,
yeah.
and what is your advice to brand new players starting out?
Yeah. I mean, the brand new players is basically going to be pretty similar to what I just said. I mean, it's because especially when I was a brand new player getting into Bannerlord in general, it's like you don't know what's going on, you don't know what to do. It's like you just gotta. I mean, you see someone in chat talking about clan stuff or whatever it may be. Don't be afraid to just type away and ask, because I mean, you're not gonna know unless you do it. And I mean, just like I just said, I'm gonna reiterate, just put yourself out there, get out there, don't be afraid.
All right, yeah, I mean, communication, I guess that's the core essence of it. The clan leaders would be best in communication with other clan leaders, and the community is best in communication with the community.
Oh,
So if you're looking for something, or if you have an idea, tell people that you have an idea, and maybe someone will pick it up and run with it. Or if you
I would,
oh, sorry, yes, go ahead.
no, you can finish and then I'll say it.
Oh yeah, I'll just doubling down on what he was saying. There's a lot of info out there. If you ask, it will be given. And my mother always used to say, "A closed mouth does not get fed." So if you don't talk and tell me what's wrong, then I can't fix your issue.
But yeah, no, I was just gonna say, yeah, I would love for there to be on the TW side, uh, I don't know, just some stuff to help out new players or like stuff for clan leaders or people that have been involved to be able to have something in Bannerlord itself than like announcements in Bannerlord right off like the gate when you load up the game or something like that that TW can do and clan leaders or the community can put out there to let new players know. That would be pretty good.
Yeah, it
Indeed,
would be everything would be a lot easier if you could share links through the chat in Vanguard, like a
Yeah,
Discord link.
exactly.
that's true. Yeah. Well, I to that purpose, I know a good guy in this community, Amelstead. He made a server called the Order of Whispers. You can probably see it in the thumbnail and the display. The Order of Whispers server, which is linked in the description, is two great things. It is first should be very successful. Oop, the stream seems to have cut out just a little bit, but we are now at 3 bars, 3 out of 4 bars, so should be good now. Sorry to anyone who got kicked off of the stream, but we are back. Slightly forgot what I was saying, but that's okay. Someone else pick up.
Yeah, I was gonna add on to that. The Order of Whispers thing. I was gonna combine that with what I was saying earlier. If I can get that Discord link popped up on the main Bannerlord thing as you load in for like all of the community, that would be so much easier for new players and the community members that don't get involved or want to get involved but just don't know how to be able to just click that one thing and then, you know, send them on their way to whatever they want to do.
Yes. So I will definitely encourage all of you, in a clan or not, if you've been playing for 10 years or 5 years or 20 seconds, go to the description, join the Order of Whispers server. You'll find it's not, you don't have to like have 1,000 roles or agree to like, give us your social security number to see the channels. You can see all the channels. You should be able to see most of the channels at least. And you can find the clans. You can see where everyone in the community is posting links to the media, either media that they make or that other people, Bannerlord, make. You have EU people, I think. You have NA. Yeah. So it's a full. I mean, I would say it's even more of an open platform than this is because we only have a certain number of people on for a certain amount of time. But that is a place where you can always go and you'll find people. So yes, get a boost, and we will slowly but surely build up to something big. Let's see. Were there any other points on that, or did Warband want to ask another question?
Warboss, you anything?
Well, I don't have a question, but I'll just reiterate that the link for the Order of Whispers, I believe, is in the description of this video, right? Is that
yes,
right?
it should be. Yes.
So if you're watching, I would recommend you click on that link, and you'll be able to see basically probably like 90% of the community events that go on in the North American community, and you can see a lot of the clan leaders. It's just good to be able to be in contact with everyone, even if you're not in the same clan.
Very true. And Warboss, were you gonna say something?
No, I was just. That sounds like a good thing, and hopefully people will use it and get involved. Maybe I'll check it out. I haven't actually seen that, so
Yeah, hopefully we'll
I
see it
can't really
evolve.
speak too much on it.
In fact, I'll do if you want to. Here, we'll do something interesting here. Warband, if you want to take over leading the conversation, just keep them talking. I'm going to put links to all of the community servers that I know in the chat for the YouTube thing. There's 7 of you here now, so hopefully someone gets something. I'm sending the Order of Whisper server, the link to that. I'm also sending the link to the Pickup Skirmish. That's a server you can go to if you want to just do skirmishes. I don't think it's native, or no, I think it is native. You don't have any mods. You just go
It is.
there, play
Yeah,
games.
say that.
MM?
Yep.
Oh.
MM.
No, other one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
Pickup.
I think there's another MM, isn't there? BS Bannerlord Skirmish.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it depends on which one you're talking about. But I think the pickups you're talking about, yeah, it's native. It's
native.
pretty chill.
That one's native. This next one is the Mountain Blade modding server. I think that has coders and mappers. I just joined it a while ago. I'm not too sure how to navigate it, but there it is. We'll figure it out later. We'll figure it out together. How about that? We'll do a stream going through all of these. The Asylum, the Bannerlord Duel Hub, I think you can go there and get 1v1 training, or just, get shit on in 1v1s. Then you have, yep, here it is, Bannerlord Skirmish League. Here's another one. I don't know if that's like you have to enter with a team or anything, but that's another skirmish thing. So there are some links. There are 4 links in the chat. I will put them somewhere else as well. There are some links in the description. If you are one of those players who doesn't really know what to do or where to go, just start with the links, and they can help you more than anyone on this show can, because there's always going to be someone who can help you out. So yeah, there we go.
All right. Well, if you were still doing that, I'll just ask a quick question
I'll
for
find
you
some more links
guys.
as well.
When was the last time you guys got your clan on like 6 players for captain? I'm interested because I started playing Bannerlord beta, and when I started playing, everybody was playing the captain, and so I'm a big captain player myself.
I would say, yeah. I mean, captains. I honestly, I don't think we have played that like officially for like a whole year. Like,
yeah,
I don't think
not a lot of interest right now.
Yeah, there's not much to do other than join like the server casually and playing, which I've done at time to time. I know some of my members done.
Yeah.
I think Taw hosted a captain's, a tall captain's draft tourney at one point. And that went pretty good and got a lot of captain members involved.
I played in that.
Yeah, I think I did play. I did play on that. This guy's team. This guy.
Well, mine was actually on my. He was on my team.
I think that was. I believe it was streamed, and that was one of my worst performances on air.
We got 3rd place in the tournament, so we did pretty well.
It was a 5-quit. Yeah, but yeah, officially we don't really do it unless it's like just on individual level. If there was like something going on, or maybe people asked, I might be willing to find people that are still interested in play it. But For us, it's mostly skirms, line battles, and in houses and stuff.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of interest in JOM right now for captains individually. Yeah, a couple, but yeah.
I do notice that the captain server is pretty much consistently full at certain times for long periods of time. So there's at least, some players who enjoy it still, but there isn't really too many captain clans. In fact, I guess there's not really any captain clans except for Tall.
Y'all
At the
hear that?
moment.
Clans out there, new clans that are forming. That's a mission for you. Be better than Tall.
I would also
Easy.
add, I would say like a hidden. I don't know about a hidden, but like something that can be done with captains that I've actually haven't seen at all. That has great potential is to be able to mod captains like in the line battles with Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones.
Oh, that would be
Oh my
so fun!
goodness.
Like
Game of
Yeah,
Thrones would
Game
be
of
killer.
Thrones,
Imagine if Game of Thrones
getting a
first person
Lannister army
Bannerlord. Oh
versus a
my.
Stark army,
yeah,
or
or
like
even like a musket
an
line infantry captains mode.
orc army versus a Gondorian army. Not to mention the clan, but just
Yeah.
or like historical medieval armies would be cool as well.
That's definitely true.
Full
there's a
plate
lot of
armor.
You could do historical things like a famous battle, like maybe Battle of Poitiers, or like Battle of maybe a famous battle in Russia where it's like all wintry and there's a lot of open fields, trees, stuff like that.
Yeah, I would
They
say there's
actually recently added. Funny you mentioned that. They recently added a tundra type captain map on one of the servers. So there is some like development that's going on in captain. Like there's even like a captain siege mode that's being developed right now, and it's available for playing, but it's also actively being developed by someone called Steinmeier.
Steinmer. Shout out to Steinmer.
But there's there's in my opinion really big potential for captains with the modding scene, and especially can grab a lot of new players or old players that haven't played and get back into it.
Have you guys tried out the captain siege mode?
A while ago.
Yeah, when it was still alive.
Yeah.
It's alive now. When I first tried it, it was kind of a little bit wonky, but now it's more balanced, I think.
I didn't know it was still alive. I thought
it's still
server
alive.
owner left or something.
I was playing yesterday. It might be a different, because there was a captain siege, and then I think it failed, and then now there's a new captain siege with a different owner. So you might be thinking of something that was pretty far in the past, but no, there's a live server. You should check it out.
Oh, for sure.
All right. Okay. So that was all of the links that I had to send there. I don't know if that chat saves. Hopefully it does, but if not, I'll save those and put them all in a little list somewhere.
Well, it's a lot.
It is, but it's for the community. It's for the best. That was all of the questions, scripted or unscripted, that I had. I don't know if Warbandman had any other points or references. I guess we will have everyone share their final thoughts.
I guess just keep getting involved in the community. If you're interested in joining an awesome clan that's very chill and welcoming, come to Johnsburg. We also play other games if you're interested. We're really involved in skirms, line battles. So if you want to get involved and get better, we're definitely a lot of skilled people here to help you. So feel free to join us.
I have one question, which I don't know. I think I may have asked you a question at some point, but I don't know where I got this idea. But are you guys more infantry focused than cav or archer?
Yeah.
I like to pride myself on being more in focus, but it kind of just depends on the player. We've kind of taught both inf and cav. We had our better cavalry players over the years. For the most part, our best players have been more inf. I think there's just more better inf players in our group, but we definitely have had cav players and we have good archers. Yeah, we have some good archers, I'll say. But mostly inf, I would say, for the most part.
I would say that's suitable for a Viking clan to have more infantry players.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean it's kind of hard to bring a horse on a boat during the PE raid, so we need that. We need that
I've done it before,
focus.
but
It takes up too much room.
it's
sometimes.
a little wonky, but I can make it work.
Yeah, I saw that video you sent me of one of the raids. It looks like a fun time.
I played
that
it on
was
the stream.
that was always
like
like
twice,
a big
actually.
thing.
I love naval invasions.
Yeah, they were
that was
fun,
great.
but wonky as hell, especially early on.
Yeah, you mentioned a cav on a boat. All I'm imagining is like similar to like what happens when you mess with the horse and the cart, and then either one of them will go flying into the sky. those are the funniest clips. Are like when someone is on the back of the cart.
Most of the time it knocks someone off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in the mines in PV, just minding my own business, and then like trying to mine some stuff. And then someone came over with a cart and like threw me in the air like 20 feet, because of the weird physics of Bannerlord.
We didn't do cart. It wasn't carts we used, but we used sometimes we use our boats because they didn't have collision at the time, so you could knock people off with the boat. So that was done a lot sometimes if we were dealing with cart blockers and stuff like that. But that was kind of funny. We also got, I think, back at PE, one of our guys, I think it was Gunther, he actually got one of the boats to fly because they would glitch it out, and we got a flying boat, and we were able to raid 2 keeps.
No.
That shit was
The
fun
magic Vikings of Jomsborg.
That's right.
Oh,
Remember that when you think you're safe in your castle. You like coming up in the air.
Yeah, well, you'll be all safe in your castle, then you hear some Norse music playing from above.
That's right.
Be scared.
Okay, you mentioned you had a skirm at 9, but I want to give you some time to prepare and everything. But I don't want to leave too early. While we still have people here watching, probably curious, I want to a little bit deviate from the normal course of the chat and just ask you all, what is your favorite food?
Kane or Orc, what's your favorite food?
Not a bad option. Not a bad option, I think.
I think it should be known we are sponsored by Canes. We were the Cane combo in the recent group fight tourney.
No
so
way.
We
is
definitely.
That real?
Yep.
That's real.
That's real.
We have it is real. We have a representative in our Yomsburg thing.
Yeah, I'm a proud Canes connoisseur.
What in the world? So we got sponsored by Samsung. We got sponsored by Raising Canes, and I don't even know if I'm legally allowed to drop that name on YouTube, but you got sponsored by them, and we still can't get Tailworlds to fix the native servers. All right.
Yep.
All right.
Oh man.
All right. Next. What about you, Mr. Warband?
Well, I don't know. Maybe steak.
It's a classic.
I don't know. It depends. I change what I like.
You should put some syrup on that steak.
Ketchup, maybe.
I don't think I'll be doing that.
I would never. I'll sometimes use A1 or lemon, like raw lemon. Some tomatoes too.
Yeah, well.
But okay, so steak for Warband.
What about you, Lomai? Since you asked the question.
Yeah, I did ask the question, didn't I? Currently, statistically, I guess my favorite food would be mangoes. I'd say that's when I go to the store. That's what I'm most excited to buy. I eat a lot of them, and they're healthy. Maybe like main, category of food off of like just vegetables. I'm not a vegetarian. I'd say
don't eat
burgers.
too many of those mangoes because I heard some weird story that like people in India have this thing where like for like a couple of months they exclusively eat mangoes, and like they have like the highest diabetes rate in that part of the country.
Well, they
I
are
don't
very
know
sweet.
how that works,
I
but
don't know how much sugar is in them. So,
if
but
if
good
it's the
looking out.
only thing you eat, if it's like the only thing you eat, you know, it has a big effect on you.
Of course, yeah. I mean, we all need balanced diets. We are human. But that is I didn't know that. So thank you for letting me know. I definitely don't eat mangoes as my only source of nutrients, but I'd say my best is burgers. I love burgers from kind of anywhere. But
Yeah.
returning to our guests, we would say Cane's. Legally, you're obligated to say Cane's is your favorite restaurant, and I'm putting words in your mouth. Those aren't your words. Uh, what would you say was your favorite food growing up?
Ooh.
Growing up,
Yeah.
big big American man. I was a big cheeseburger fan. Nothing beats a good all American burger. I
Yep.
would say so.
We're
I
twins.
don't know. Works well every time.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah, I can't really remember what my favorite food was growing up, to be honest.
No harm in that. As long as
I
you're
would say
enjoying the
though
food
that
now.
right now my favorite's salmon though. It's
Salmon.
pretty good. Love me some salmon. Moonshine grazed salmon. It's great.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I cooked salmon for my mother on Mother's Day, and it was the best recipe that I'd ever concocted. I think that was like peak Lomi Eye cooking. Maybe I should start another show for just cooking. That's an idea for another day.
I'm a,
Okay, so that's that question answered. I don't know if there were any other questions in the chat. You have maybe 2 or 3 minutes before we end. If y'all don't ask questions, but final thoughts. After the final thoughts, after the other final thoughts, are these final thoughts. I love you all in the Bannerlord community. I hope we are able to competently get together and play games well for long periods of time. Um, and yeah, that's my side. What about you, Warband?
Well, I'm looking forward to more of these episodes. And how did I don't know why, but I just thought of this. You had like the big episode, right?
Mm-hmm. Episode 8.
Without me, like with the five
My
of the clan
apologies.
leaders.
Yes.
No problem. But how did that go? Because I never had the time to watch the full episode.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a lot of time that it takes up. It went well. We had a good number of people coming and going, so that's kind of what I imagined. I wish we had another person. I don't know, maybe this is a call for one of you watching if you're interested. A guy to come here and like control the graphics displays. Because that 8 people is a little bit hard to manage. But um it was great. We had a good conversation. All the questions that I'd put up were answered like right away, almost before we actually even started the stream. They had answered the questions, which I didn't really want to happen, but that I didn't say not to do it, so I can't blame them. Um I know Les had to dip out maybe first or second question, but otherwise we had everyone there until question 4 is when people started to dip, and then we had still about 4 or 5 guys all the way through the end, and that was like the last 2 hours. So it was all around, I would say, a great show. People say I hosted it well. I think it got more chaotic than it needed to be. I definitely
It did get chaotic.
yeah. Because I mean, the conversations were great, and I have a little bit of a bias because like I'm playing in these games, like I'm not a neutral um person. I am a player in these events, so I had like my own 2 cents to give, and so it's hard to moderate and also participate in the round table at the same time. But I think for what I did, the conversation reached the goal that it was supposed to, and all of that, the consensuses and the questions that we had, um they are public. I don't know exactly where I put them, but I will put them in the Order of Whispers server, in fact, just to encourage y'all to go there.
Did
The
you
screenshots I'll put there.
did you manage to get Gage into the
I didn't.
the interview? No.
I did not. There was a lot of people that I asked. Some of them I unfortunately I rushed a lot of the production side of it, or like the setup side of it, so I had to wait till last minute to ask a lot of people. But I think 8 was a good number just there, because even that was a little bit much. I'm still new to like content and hosting, so I think 8 is a good number for future roundtables until maybe we get like a little bit more stuff, and then we'll be able
I
to
don't
do
think
that.
you can have more than 8 people without it
Yeah,
becoming like,
it's difficult.
you know,
I mean,
a
Sawman
5-hour thing. Because
Sawman was
everybody has
great.
to respond to every single thing. Yeah.
We
I'm not
had
gonna.
a couple of people who were a little bit
But
quieter.
just I assume that you guys probably want to start warming up for skirmish soon, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna
we should
head
probably
out.
bring this to an end.
Oh, right, yes.
If,
So in 40 minutes, John will be skirming. Would you like to let us know who you'll be skirming?
We'll be skirming the Taw B team.
Yeah.
Get ready to watch them lose.
All right, all right,
Please
all
vote
right.
for your local JOM.
So I don't know where that's going to be recorded or streamed, if it is, but you can check out the TAW server and the JOM server, both of which I have or will put in the comments. So go watch that or participate there, show some love, and everyone, don't DM him, but everyone ping Amelstead and tell him you love him and thank you for making the Order of Whisper server. That is all. I wish you a great night, and goodbye.